I actually would love to hear your thoughts and outlook on the current state in the music business pretty much and the different tendencies in it. But it seems it gets, more entertainment and less music these days, to put it very, briefly, I guess.
Well, I think when you do something, and being a manager now has taught me this, when
Mm-hmm.
you do something, you have to do it because it entertains you
Mm-hmm.
and you love it. And
Mm-hmm.
you would do it if it never made you a penny.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not doing it for those reasons, you're in for a lot of trouble
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of heartache.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because this band that I'm working with, All the Pretty Things, they have been in bands before. In fact, one of them's still in another band. The drummer is in Alisana,
Oh, amazing.
and the guitar player was in He Is Legend, and
Oh,
you know
wow.
they've been around
Mm-hmm.
and they've done the big band thing, the touring to make money thing, the putting out other people's records thing,
Yeah.
and now they're doing this because they love it, and that's why we're such a good combination
Mm-hmm.
because passion that I get,
Mm-hmm.
and I know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing a ton of interviews, they're doing a lot of social media stuff. They also like edit videos and do graphics, and
Wow.
and so we're all working really hard towards a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal is not being a big rock star. The goal is being able to do this for a
Mm-hmm.
living and to keep being able to do this.
That's so well said. And, I completely agree with everything you've mentioned. And it seems that, wrongfully, many people associate success specifically with, progress, with career progress, which is, a
But
fair
that's also
point.
relative. That's also
Yeah.
relative to who you are and where you are. You could be a working musician
Mhm.
and make your living off playing covers in your local market,
Mhm.
and that's success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because to me, success is being defined in terms of to achieve what you wanted to achieve and do what you want to do, and, just be fulfilled by that.
Well,
Uh,
it always changes also what you want to do.
that's
My
true.
initial goal was to be a vice president at a major record label. I did that when I was 31. What do
Mhm.
I do now? You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Uh, and that's an interesting topic because, I guess, and I sort of experienced this myself, is that when you set yourself a goal and you achieve it, after that you get into this sort of, for me personally, demoralized state where you're like, well, if I've achieved that, what's next? What I need to dedicate myself to now. Have you experienced that?
I think the question becomes, why am I doing this?
Interesting. Yeah.
And how can I derive pleasure, and how can I derive results for myself
Mm-hmm.
from what I'm doing? And like me, I want to help musicians achieve their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that every day now because I'm working with independent artists and I'm helping them release a record like like some major artists are doing
Mm-hmm.
independently. you
Mm-hmm.
know I do a lot of release planning with people, not only PR.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm making resources, people I know, available to people that never would have had access to them in the first place. And
Yeah.
that's what I derive pleasure from in what I do.
That's it makes all the sense, just to get yourself back to the core of everything and just, sort of seeing the bigger picture, I guess, in the end of the day, rather than being lost in the daily routine of it all.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my titles, that I wanted. I've done the superficial things. I've
Mm-hmm.
been to award shows. I went with Slipknot the year they won the Grammy.
Wow.
I've done that all now.
Mm-hmm.
And now it comes directly back to, why am I doing this?
Would you say that at this stage you are, completely satisfied with what you do and how everything is unfolding in terms of?
I mean, if you're ever completely satisfied, get out of the business.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, something motivates you, and it's, lack of satisfaction, I think. But I want to see the band I manage be huge.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see some of these people I'm helping get to their definition of success.
Mm-hmm.
So, am I satisfied? No. I mean, I'm satisfied with the things that I've done, and I feel that I've put myself into them completely. And I've been honest with people, and I've never ripped someone off taking their money and not doing anything. Like that's satisfying for me, because I hate people that do that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. They give people like me a bad name.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I don't get as much money as I should get for what I do, because they're always assuming someone's going to rip them off.
Absolutely.
And that's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad because, and I see that as well, some, especially independent artists and small level artists, there's so much used to being taken advantage of people pretending to meet their expectations and to provide them with something that the trust issues that people in this industry have are so significant, I guess.
I feel like it's easy to see, though, if you're being ripped off. I feel like if someone tells you they're going to take your record and go off and make you a star, and you just wait and see, that's the indicator that you're being ripped off.
There's so many situations in the music business that it's full of those people that you've mentioned that are given, the proper professionals a bad name.
What you should look for is someone that wants to work with you.
Yeah.
Because you know what's behind what you created. And you're looking for a partner. You're not looking for somebody who's going to take it, go away, and do it. You're looking for a partner in, bringing this to the audience that will love it, and if someone's like, oh, we'll call you in a few weeks, big red flag.
Yeah. Just actually, it's completely right. It's just, as you've mentioned, sad that I guess so many artists and passionate, people are just being taken advantage of in a very.
Well, but also some artists are lazy and don't want to work. They want to give it to somebody who'll do it.
That's very correct as well, and I see this as a tendency from the artist side as well, is that, we want to achieve the big results and we want to do that and we want to be that and whatever the case might be, but we're not really, able to put the work in, and we're not ready to keep ourselves responsible for the lack of results, which, I mean,
it's a real partnership, and the work has to be put in, on social media. The work has to be put in, in many other aspects of your career. And if you're not willing to put it in, then how is just paying someone else to do something gonna make you a success? Success or whatever, getting signed to a record label, that's the beginning, not the end.
That's very well said. And it's, I've always found it as as a mathematical proportion, even. Like, even if you have someone to do something for you, you vastly improve your chances to make it happen if you also, utilize your working potential. And
well, they're not going to be around forever.
Exactly.
I prepare my clients for when I'm not around. And they're like, oh, are you going to leave? I'm like, no, it's not that I'm going to leave. Someday I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
That's just the way things work in life. But, I'm preparing you. You need to own everything that I do.
Absolutely. This is knowledge that they're receiving as a result of your cooperation. So it makes sense.
I mean, they're the captain of the ship. And if they're not doing it right.
Absolutely. Like, based on that, whenever you're in a situation where, you have to choose, the project that you're working on, the people that you're cooperating with. Do you take this sort of, I guess, mindset and the mentality of the people when it comes to your decision? Why is it important for you to make sure that you're working with professional people with the right idea and work ethic, or is it about just the final product?
No, you have to have somebody with the right work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
You really do. I mean, like in PR, it's got to be somebody who can do the interviews and is willing to make the time to do the interviews. Because if you're not going to do them, why am I getting them for you? And then in management, if they're not going to do work and it's just you, then I mean, how is there going to be promotional product? How is everything going to reflect their aesthetic if they're not doing it? Like when I have ideas for the band I manage, I send them a rough sketch of it, but I say, make it yours. They're incredibly creative guys. And I'm always impressed with what they come up with. But, if I don't have a partner in what I'm doing, it doesn't make sense to do it. One of the best partners I have is Alan Robert from Life of Agony. I work with him not on Life of Agony. I work with him on his horror coloring book series.
Wow, that's so cool.
And he is such an amazing artist. He is he's a great guy and really smart and really knows his audience. And I'm just providing opportunities for him to speak to them. And he's the best. Like he drafts his press releases. He's and I don't mind doing that, but he's like a great writer. He's a really smart guy. I learn every day I work with him, I learn. So, it's great to have great partners, and I really do.